Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining us on this wonderful event. Before I begin any of my remarks, I would love to thank and extend my sincerest gratitude to everybody who has collaborated on this project. And I'd like to thank the Office of Governor Phil Murphy for its moral leadership and institutional support in promoting this civic awareness initiative known as Clemency Day. It is so important to our community to be educated on this, to build bridges between justice and mental health, and for recognizing that clemency in its noblest form is a total equity, restoration, and dignity for those who need it most. I am the president of New Jersey Coalition of Treatment Providers, but more importantly, I'm a person that has walked alongside people who suffer in silence. I myself am in recovery as well and know firsthand what it feels like when a past follows you. Um, I invite you to reflect on the ethical and clinical and social importance of clemency in the pursuit of a truly just system. According to the Treatment Advocacy Center, over 44% of individuals incarcerated in state prisons today in the United States suffer from a diagnosed mental health disorder. In local jails, those numbers are even higher, with a staggering 63% of incarcerated women and 44% of men live with a mental illness. Here in New Jersey, recent data from the Department of Corrections shows that nearly 38% of those incarcerated require regular psychiatric intervention or clinical monitoring. These numbers reveal a painful truth about our criminal justice system, that we've criminalized mental health. And we have combined people who need hospitals, they need support, they need community behind bars. And although the judicial system has made progress, hundreds of men and women remain behind bars, not because they are dangerous, but because they are failed by the system.
Mm.
In this context, clemency is not an exception of the rule. It is moral correction of a system that must evolve. It is the state's ability to say, we have learned and we can repair, because there are more individuals who have paid more than just a sentence. In truth, they should have been in treatment and not had punishment. Governor Phil Murphy is exercising his constitutional power to grant clemency and aligns himself with the ethic and of active compassion. This is not institutional weakness, it is moral strength. And it is not indulgence, it is transformational justice. And each act of clemency, when responsible and clinically assessed, is a moment of collective healing. I speak to you with certainty of someone who has seen this themselves, seen the face of change. And as a coalition, the New Jersey Coalition of Treatment Providers, we have walked along stories just like Lewis, a young man diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia who was incarcerated following an untreated psychotic episode. After 7 years in prison, 7 years, clemency was granted. Today, Lewis is rebuilding his life, receiving proper treatment, and even works part time in a community bakery. What would have happened without that act of mercy? What does the state lose by offering a second chance? Nothing. And what does it gain? Humanity. For this reason, the New Jersey Coalition of Treatment Providers fully supports the ethical and clinical grounded expansion of compassionate clemency for individuals diagnosed with mental health conditions. Furthermore, we propose the creation of a humanitarian review commission composed of forensic psychiatrists, social workers, and legal experts and community leaders to assist in evaluating cases and recommending clemency with professionalism, empathy, and accountability. Clemency does not erase the past, but it does open a door to a future. And that future must include access to treatment, stable housing, employment, and spiritual and emotional support. Today, we commemorate Clemency Day, not as a symbolic gesture, but as an institutional commitment. We are deeply grateful to Governor Phil Murphy for having this political courage to lead with his heart and for reminding us that mental health cannot remain invisible behind prison walls, and for giving us the opportunity to heal one of our society's deepest wounds. Clemency is not a gift. It is an act of restorative justice. And restorative justice, that is the medicine our system urgently needs. May God grant us wisdom, courage, and compassion as we make decisions that affect the lives of the most vulnerable brothers and sisters of ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. That was powerful. Thank you for the testimony.